What if I told you that the biggest competition of your lifetime isn't another country, isn't another generation? It's a technology we created ourselves. Right now, artificial intelligence is evolving faster than anyone imagined. It can write essays in seconds, generate breathtaking art, diagnose diseases with incredible precision, trade stocks automatically, and even write complex software, all faster than most humans could in a lifetime. Every day, AI is learning, improving, and finding ways to outperform us. It doesn't sleep, it doesn't get tired, and it doesn't make mistakes like we do. So the question isn't just, is AI getting smarter? The real question is, who will come out on top by 2030, AI or humans? And the answer might not be what you expect. This is not a sci-fi video, no killer robots, no Hollywood fantasies. What we're talking about is real data, real trends, and the very real impact they will have on your future. This isn't theory or speculation. This is happening right now in every industry, every office, every lab, every marketplace. Jobs are changing. Creativity is being redefined. Money is moving faster than ever. Let's break it down, honestly, clearly, and without shame, because understanding this now could make the difference between thriving or falling behind. In 2012, AI struggled to recognize basic images. It could barely tell a cat from a dog. It was slow, it was limited, and most people didn't pay much attention. But things started to change fast. By 2016, AlphaGo defeated the world champion in Go, a game far more complex than chess, a game thought to require intuition, creativity, and deep human judgment. People began to realize, it wasn't just learning, it was outpacing human expectations. By 2020, AI wasn't just playing games anymore. It began writing usable code, solving problems that once required years of experience. Suddenly, software development, one of the most human-driven fields, was being touched by a machine capable of learning, adapting, and creating at scale. By the mid-2020s, AI had entered nearly every domain we thought was safe. It started passing medical exams, generating cinematic visuals indistinguishable from reality, and performing cognitive tasks at levels comparable to human experts. Translation, legal analysis, scientific research, nothing was off limits. This is not linear growth. This is acceleration. What took decades in human development now happens in months or even weeks. In some fields, AI capability is improving at a pace humans simply cannot match. Tasks that once required years of training are now automated in weeks. Decisions that took committees of experts are now handled by algorithms analyzing millions of data points in seconds. And that's where the fear begins. Not because AI is evil, it isn't. The fear starts because humans are struggling to keep up, to understand, to regulate, and to prepare for a world where machines don't just assist us, they compete with us. Every breakthrough makes our lives easier, but every breakthrough also reshapes the playing field. Jobs are disappearing, new skills are required. Industries that seem stable are suddenly at risk. Creativity itself is being challenged. AI can produce art, music, and writing at a level that rivals many human professionals. And yet, there's another side to this story. The same technology that can disrupt can also empower. AI can help us cure diseases faster, explore the universe more efficiently, and solve problems once thought impossible. The choice isn't simply fear or excitement. It's about how we adapt, how we respond, and how we choose to use this power. By 2030, the landscape will look completely different. Some humans will thrive alongside AI, using it as a tool to amplify intelligence, creativity, and impact. Others may struggle to find relevance in a world where machines outperform them at tasks they once mastered. The question isn't if AI will change the world, it is already happening. The real question is, who will rise to the challenge, and who will be left behind? Will AI replace human jobs? The short answer is, yes, some jobs, not all, not all. But many roles will disappear, transform, or change forever. Repetitive office work, basic coding, data analysis, customer support, content production. Companies are already using AI to reduce costs, increase output, streamline operations, and the speed at which things happen. Tasks that once took hours of human effort now are misunderstand, AI doesn't replace anyone. It replaces people, and jobs are just collection of tasks. Some tasks will vanish completely, some will be automated partially, leaving humans to focus on higher-level decision-making. Some tasks will evolve into roles we can't even imagine yet. Think about a content writer. AI can generate drafts, ideas, even full articles, but humans still add nuance, personality, and content. The writer's role changes, it doesn't disappear, but it becomes more strategic, more creative, more about oversight and preparation. Look at customer service. Routine questions, AI handles them instantly, 24/7. Humans now handle only the complex, the escalations, the emotional intelligence, the nature of work shifts. AI can write emotional code, optimize, and even suggest. Humans adapting, and tackling cognitive tasks that were once uniquely human. Data analysis, medical diagnosis, even legal research, AI can do it faster, often more accurately. And yet, humans are still needed to interpret results, make decisions, and apply ethics. The partnership is key. This is where fear meets opportunity. Yes, some jobs will vanish. Yes, industries will be reshaped. But humans who adapt, who learn, who integrate AI into their workflow, they will thrive. The question isn't simply will AI take jobs, it's which jobs will evolve, which roles will survive, which humans will rise to complement AI instead of competing against it. By 2030, the workforce will look radically different. Some roles will be gone, some will be augmented, and some entirely new professions will emerge. Jobs we can't even imagine today. Adaptation will be the key. Learning to work with AI, not against it, will separate those who thrive from those left behind. Because AI doesn't just replace tasks, it redefines what humans are capable of, if we choose to use it wisely. In the end, AI isn't a threat to jobs, it's a challenge to human ingenuity. And the real question is, will you evolve with it, or be left behind? Despite how powerful AI has become, it still has limits. And these limits define the line between machines and humans. AI does not have consciousness. It does not have intention. It does not understand meaning the way humans do. AI predicts. It analyzes patterns. It finds correlations. It generates outputs based on probabilities. But humans decide. Humans judge what matters, what's right, what's ethical. Humans weigh consequences. Humans understand context. AI generates. Humans interpret. Humans choose which ideas to pursue, which risks to take, which visions to follow. AI has no values, no responsibility, no lived experience. It cannot feel regret, empathy, or joy. It cannot understand culture, history, or the weight of moral decisions. And that difference matters more than most people realize, because the future isn't just about raw intelligence. It's about judgment, creativity, and direction. It's about knowing when to act, when to wait, and how to lead. It's about connecting dots humans don't even see yet. Imagining solutions beyond the patterns AI can detect, even as AI becomes faster, smarter, more precise. Humans retain the ultimate advantage, the ability to understand purpose, to innovate meaningfully, to shape the world intentionally. AI can simulate emotions, it can imitate empathy, it can generate art or music that looks or sounds human, but it does not feel, it does not care, it does not dream. And that is why human judgment remains irreplaceable. We decide the goals, we define the values, we navigate the uncertainties. AI is a tool, an incredibly powerful one, but a tool cannot lead. A tool cannot choose a direction. A tool cannot define the meaning of its actions. By 2030, AI may surpass humans in many tasks, but humans will remain indispensable wherever creativity, ethics, strategy, and vision matter. The future belongs not to raw intelligence. It belongs to those who can apply wisdom to the intelligence of machines, who can harness AI to amplify their own judgment, and who can use this power to shape a better world. In the end, the question isn't whether AI can outperform humans, it's whether humans can outthink AI in all the ways that matter most. The real battle between AI and humans is not about intelligence. It's about control. Who steers the machine? Who sets the rules? Who decides how this technology shapes the world? Because right now, a small number of companies and governments control the most powerful AI systems powering everything from search engines to automated services and critical infrastructure. We're not talking about abstract concepts. We're talking about real power. Tech giants like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Microsoft, Meta, and Huawei own the largest models, the data centers, and the cloud infrastructure that make modern AI possible. Chansview Media Plus One. These companies aren't just building tools. They determine whose data is used, how algorithms are trained, and what applications are allowed to run at scale. Think about it. Google's DeepMind doesn't just play games. Its systems optimize energy use in massive data centers, saving millions in costs while increasing efficiency. n.wikipedia.org. Amazon collects trillions of data points from shopping behavior to personalize recommendations and drive logistics decisions that shape markets worldwide. Unite AI beyond corporations. Governments are stepping into the game with serious stakes. In 2025, Albania appointed an AI system as a cabinet-level minister of state for artificial intelligence, not as a gimmick, but to tackle corruption and assist with procurement processes. Time in Singapore, AI-driven chatbots handle millions of citizen queries across government services, transforming how public services are delivered. Government blog but control isn't neutral. AI reflects the goals of those who deploy it, whether that's maximizing profit, consolidating market dominance, or advancing geopolitical power. China and the United States are locked in a strategic competition to lead AI development and deployment globally, each shaping the future according to its own priorities. The Washington Post and that concentration of power has consequences. Who gets access to cutting-edge models? Whose data feeds the algorithms? Who decides what's safe, ethical, or legal? Right now, that power is bundled into corporate strategies and national policies, not democratic debate. Companies set terms of service that govern billions of users. Governments craft regulations, sometimes strong, sometimes lax, that shape how and whether AI can be used in critical sectors like healthcare, finance, and law enforcement. California Learning Resource Network, when a handful of firms controls the infrastructure. Cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, they also determine who can build and who must rent access. Data privacy laws, procurement mandates, they define the competitive landscape between nations and corporations. Chan's View Media, that's why AI is not neutral. It doesn't evolve on its own. It evolves according to the priorities and incentives of those in power. But humans still decide the rules, and that responsibility is only growing. Regulators, ethicists, researchers, civil society groups, they're pushing for transparency, accountability, and public oversight. Institutes like the AI Now Institute study how concentrated power in tech affects rights, equality, and society. N.wikipedia.org. Yet the struggle continues. Will AI be governed by a few companies chasing profit? By geopolitical blocs racing for dominance? Or by a broader public that demands fairness, safety, and inclusion? The answer will determine not just who controls the technology, but who controls the future. And that is the real battle. If you're a teenager or a young adult, here's the truth. You are not competing against AI, not directly. You are competing with people who know how to use AI better than you. People who understand not just the tools, but the systems behind them. People who can combine human judgment with machine intelligence to achieve results you can't alone. The winners of the next decade will not necessarily be the smartest in school or the ones with the most degrees. They will be fast learners, adaptable thinkers, and innovators who see patterns where others see noise. The skills that will matter more than ever include critical thinking, the ability to evaluate information, identify biases, and make informed decisions. Creativity, the capacity to imagine new solutions, new ideas, new approaches. Communication, conveying complex ideas clearly and persuasively. And ethical judgment, deciding what should be done, not just what can be done. AI can amplify humans. It can write essays, generate designs, analyze data, or suggest strategies. But it cannot replace wisdom, empathy, or insight. Consider coding. For example, AI like GitHub, Copilot, or ChatGPT can write functioning code in seconds. But humans still design systems, debug context-specific errors, and make judgment calls about architecture and security. The person who knows how to leverage AI effectively is far more valuable than the person who tries to do everything manually. Look at content creation. AI can generate articles, videos, even entire marketing campaigns. But understanding audience, narrative, and strategy, that's human work. The young creators who combine AI tools with human insight will dominate social media, business, and storytelling in ways previous generations could only dream of. Even in science and research, AI can process enormous data sets and identify patterns invisible to humans. But hypotheses, experiments, ethical oversight, and meaningful interpretation, that is still up to humans. Not those who blindly rely on it. And here's another reality. Speed matters. Learning fast, adapting faster, iterating rapidly. That's how winners are. AI accelerates everything. It shortens the time between idea and execution. If you hesitate, someone else will move first, and the opportunity will be gone. Preparation is key. The young people who thrive won't just be familiar with AI. They will understand its limits. They will know when to trust it, when to question it, and when to override it. They will use AI to amplify their own judgment, creativity, and decision-making. And that's the lesson for the next decade. AI is a force multiplier. It will magnify both talent and mistakes. It will reward adaptability, critical thinking, and strategic insight, and it will expose complacency, rigidity, and lack of understanding. So, if you are young today, here's your advantage. You have the chance to learn faster, experiment more, and embrace AI as a partner rather than an adversary. You can develop skills that no machine can replicate: judgment, empathy, creativity, and vision. The future isn't about fearing AI, it's about preparing to use it better than anyone else, to create opportunities that others cannot see, and to shape the world with intelligence and purpose. Because in the end, the winners of the next decade won't be those who avoid AI, they will be those who understand it, harness it, and integrate it seamlessly with human insight. Your challenge is clear. Learn, adapt, innovate, and let AI amplify the best version of yourself. Who actually wins by 2030? AI wins in speed. It processes information faster than any human could dream of. Algorithms can scan billions of data points in seconds, identify patterns, and make predictions that would take teams of analysts months. AI wins in scale. It can operate simultaneously across multiple industries, countries, and platforms. From logistics to finance, from healthcare to energy, AI systems manage operations at levels no human team could match. Amazon's warehouses, for example, use AI-driven robotics to move millions of products every day with incredible precision. Wired.com AI wins in data processing. Every social media post, every transaction, every sensor reading feeds machine learning models that improve daily. Consider how AI in healthcare identifies diseases from imaging scans, detecting early signs of cancer that radiologists might miss. NEJM.org, but humans win in meaning. Humans understand context. Humans see the why behind the numbers. AI can tell you what happened, but humans decide what matters, what's ethical, and what aligns with long-term goals. Humans win in values. AI has no conscience, no morality, no empathy. It cannot prioritize fairness over efficiency, justice over profit, or the well-being of people over data. Humans win in purpose and direction. AI can optimize processes, but it cannot define a vision. It cannot ask, what is worth achieving, or how should we act? This is not a war with a single word. It is a collaboration or a competition, depending on who is prepared. Unprepared humans risk losing relevance. Careers, industries, even entire business models can be disrupted if individuals fail to understand, adapt, and integrate AI into their work. Prepared humans, however, become unstoppable. Those who can combine strategic thinking, creativity, and ethical judgment with AI's speed and scale will achieve unprecedented results. Look at finance. For example, traders now use AI to analyze market trends in real time. A human who knows how to interpret AI predictions, understand market psychology, and make decisive moves can outperform both pure AI systems and competitors relying only on instinct. In healthcare, doctors using AI-assisted diagnostics can make faster and more accurate decisions, saving lives. But it's the human judgment that decides treatment, manages patient care, and considers ethical concerns. Here's a practical takeaway. The future belongs to those who learn how to harness AI as a tool, not as a replacement. Start with small steps. Learn AI tools relevant to your field. Experiment with automation to increase efficiency. Develop critical thinking skills to interpret AI outputs. Practice creativity, the uniquely human ability to connect dots in new ways. Invest in continuous learning. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy offer AI courses for coding, design, and business. Even basic familiarity with AI systems will give you a massive edge. And remember, collaboration beats competition. The humans who succeed in the next decade will be those who can work alongside AI, understand its strengths and weaknesses, and apply it with purpose. AI is powerful, but it is still a tool that can amplify your capabilities or highlight your weaknesses. So the question isn't who will win. The question is, will you prepare to win? The winners by 2030 won't be defined by raw intelligence alone. They'll be defined by adaptability, ethical judgment, creativity, and the ability to harness AI to amplify their impact. The future is not about humans versus AI, it's about humans with AI, and those who understand that and act now will shape the world.